Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Prevent-A-Thon 6. We're getting close to the end of the marathon here and ready to begin our Sonic block. First here, we have Sonic Mania, run by IllegallySam, who I know has been putting in a ton of time and effort into all of the characters in this game that you have had the opportunity to donate for. So we'll get right into this any percent, no major glitches, all emeralds Mania mode run with your chosen character. IllegallySam, are you ready to go fast?
Hello, I'm IllegallySam. I've never played Sonic Mania, but I have played some other Sonic games.
You will be running Sonic Mania and Knuckles!
I'm recording because I do want to have a backup of this run just in case. This run is almost guaranteed to have a world record because of
Hold on a moment,
how...
Donna.
Okay.
We are currently having a bit of a one final tech ghost, and no one can currently hear you. So...
Fun.
It wouldn't be a marathon without just a couple more tech issues, so could we please have you reintroduce yourself now?
Oh. Okay, well, I'm Alec47. I'll be running this as Knuckles. I'm going to start my recording again because I want a backup recording of this in case there's some sort of tech difficulty or whatever, so that I have an unbroken video to submit, because there are a lot of categories in Mania that have not really been pushed to anywhere close to their limits. This is one of them, so unless I go significantly overestimate, this will be a world record. So I'm going to start my recording, and then in 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you. All right, so we're starting off in Green Hill. We have a slightly different layout than the other characters, and I am going to immediately be going into my first Emerald stage right here, and then I'm going to be bouncing off walls and such. They give you some speed, and a little bit of this bunny hopping will get me to the Emerald in no time at all. Not all of the Emerald stages are that easy, even with this technique. Some of them get a little bit more involved, but that one in particular is a nice introduction to exactly what is going to be going on with the Emerald stages. As I reasonably can. This section is a little bit awkward, unfortunately, but pretty soon we're getting into the stage proper, in fact, right about here. So if you played the original Sonic the Hedgehog, you will probably recognize this. Basic pattern is, in Mania, each level is either new or based, is either old and based on the original in the game. There's another Emerald, by the way. Or it is a completely new stage based on that stage, and that's what you're going to see here in Act 2 once I get there after beating this boss. Now, I'm going to go down here, and there's an invincibility here that I get with a lot of characters, but not with Knuckles because of the way the boss fight flows here. Knuckles has a lower jump height, so he can't hit the higher boss, but he can hit that one, and now get a slope jump. Nice damage boost to get those 2 hits in, and we are done with Act 1.
Good stuff. I'll be honest, I was curious to see what the special Emerald stages would be in this game, because I haven't actually seen them before, and I know they're different in every Sonic game.
Yeah, they are. And here, this is a nice little thing Knuckles can do. Just kind of go down there and get up to the top path nice and quickly. Now I'm going to be making sure that I don't hit that red spring there, taking just a little slow, because I'm not resetting this run. And now I'm making my way towards another Emerald stage here. right before the boss. It is all planned out which emeralds I'm going to go to. I have a couple backups in case I mess things up, and this is one of the ones that I absolutely can mess up. So I'm going to do a little wiggle there to keep my strafe going and not hit the wall that I don't want to hit. Bounce there, and what I just did is I basically tricked the game into thinking I was farther ahead on the stage, so it made the UFO turn around, and I was able to go right to the emerald there. So that's one of those nice little more involved things in the special stages. Other ones are a bit less gimmicky, I guess, than that. They just involve playing well, taking good lines, and keeping a high speed. Now here, I'm going to wait for this to get over here. Get it a little bit that way, and then... Okay. Because Knuckles has a low jump, it's a little bit tricky to manipulate that guy exactly where I want him to be. Go ahead and skip this cutscene. And we're in the chemical plant. Now, chemical plant, I'm going to be picking up a couple more emeralds here. Up. Glide up here, because there's an emerald in this path. And this section is a little...
You're jamming to the music.
Oh, yeah. This section is a little annoying because... Whoop, like, you'd think you'd want to stop and or slow down and such, but no, it's actually best not to. Now, that part is the risky part right there. I made it past, and I have the emerald. Basically, there are things that it's really easy to hit and get knocked off onto, like, a really bad line or to fall off the stage entirely. And, in fact, the optimal path there does send you really close to falling off the stage. But I ended up on a slightly safer one, and I'm okay with that. It only costs like half a second tops.
Every single one of these special stages just looks like initially you have no idea what you're doing. You're just running into walls, and then you just start going so much faster than I'm expecting.
Yep. That one actually ended up being a backup because my jump cycles were a little off, but I was able to get through there. That's one of the ones that I mess up a bit more often, but it can go even faster than that. Like, that first little turn there, you can absolutely get the emerald right there.
If you didn't say that was a backup, I would have had no idea. That looked 100% intended.
Yeah, that used to be the way I did the stage until I got good at, you know, the fast way. But so far, no missed emeralds, and that is a good thing. And only minor slop in the stage, which I always love to see as well.
We're only 3 stages in, and you already have, what was it, 5 emeralds?
Yep, out of 7.
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting one more here in Chemical Plant 2. And then I'm going to be getting the last one in the next level. Oh, I messed that up. Oh well. I was going for a little fast strat there, where you basically jump off there with the right timing and you end up right in that little bubble that takes you up. Only cost me about 5 seconds. Might have looked like more than that, but there are a lot of time saves that are time losses that don't really, that seem worse than they are, especially when you're running it. I'll put it that way.
Well, I imagine a game like Sonic, every second just hurts if something goes wrong.
Oh yeah,
You just want to go
absolutely.
as fast as you can.
Taking damage intentionally there just to get through that section a little bit quicker. And, yeah, so let's see how this cycle is. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that thing to go by so I don't jump into it. And now Knuckles can get up to this next part pretty quickly, but I'm just going to take that path, kind of the intended path, because it hardly saves any time with Knuckles.
Taking the intended path? That's blasphemy.
Oh, this is a no major glitches run. I'm going to be doing that a lot. All right, this one. Okay, I didn't get hit double. Oh, that happens sometimes. Now, unfortunately, I'm already past one of my backups, but there's another of my backups in the next stage, so I'll be getting it there. But that is, like, that second to last emerald is... it's probably the least consistent one. And that's always fun.
So is the specific special stage based on the number emerald that you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Also, now we get to play not Puyo Puyo.
Yes, this is Mean Bean Machine. It is completely distinct. I'm looking at his Puyo setup right here, and I'm not very worried about him. Yeah, I'm not very worried about what he's doing yet, but I do always like to keep an eye on it just in case he gets a setup that could become troublesome. So right now I'm going to do that, get just a 2 combo. I have another setup for a quick combo here. If I want it, I'm going to go ahead and drop that there. Yeah, I'll just set that down like that. And now, game, I would really appreciate it if you gave me, oh, purple's good too, a red, which I got one now. Cool. That's a good combo. This is a little bit luck-based and also a skill, of course. But I've noticed that even though I'm not a great Puyo player, I can still get pretty good times here if I get decent enough luck, just because a lot of times throwing more Puyos at Eggman will just bury him over time.
So before you started,
right now,
started running Mania,
yeah.
How good were you at Puyo Puyo?
I had almost never played it. Like, literally almost not at all. That was not a great Puyo, by the way, but that is okay.
It's good enough.
Yep. Yeah, when I'm waiting for certain colors in order for my setup to go the way I want it to, that's usually when it ends up not being the greatest, as you would expect. But here I'm going to get another try at my 6th Chaos Emerald. Okay. I can back this up pretty easily, even without using the dev feature that they accidentally left in the game, which I am going to use for Emerald 7 because I did mess up one emerald. So in the PC version, they put out the last patch and accidentally left in a dev feature where you press a button and oops. All right. I actually want to go in here. I was trying to drop there because there is another emerald down here. I'm also going to get some safety rings there. But as you can see here, I am going to be immediately at Mach 3. This is allowed in no major glitches because it's a dev whoopsie. And you could argue it's a major glitch easily. It's the semantic case is there to be had, but we aren't really too keen on taking this feature, which is so easy to activate, away, especially because it's also a nice accessibility feature. So it stays.
It's not a glitch. I did it by accident. I swear.
But all right. Now I'm going to be super again, and if you're wondering why the super music isn't playing, that's because I entered a code to prevent that before I started the run. If you go into debug, then press basically the okay. Basically you get into the level select type place, and then you do 0006214. It'll put you, at least when you do no save, I think maybe a fresh save as well. You will get no music. But anyway, this is just an auto-scroller boss, so Turtle, if you have anything to say, now's a very good time.
Why, yes, absolutely. We already have a $3 donation here from an anonymous donor who says, how about a $3 train to 3K for Little Warriors? Less than 3. And for DK Bonanza. Thank you, Anonymous, for that donation. And if you might be wondering what Anonymous is saying here, 3K for DK Bonanza? I thought the incentive said 3,100. Well, for those not here during the break, I have raised the stakes because I want to see DK Bonanza too. If, chat, you can meet 3K during this run that Alec is blazing through already, I will finish it off, drop $100 of my own, and we will together get to see DK Bonanza. But we got to get to 3K first, and $3 train, Anonymous, sounds like a great idea. If everyone in chat just dropped $3, we would destroy the 3K and the Bonanza incentive. I'd still donate because I still want to give my money to Little Warriors as well. But thank you very much for that idea, Anonymous. And you could also contribute with your donations towards our currently open incentive for, and I quote here, an anatomically correct hedgehog battle in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. It is exactly what it sounds like. If you would like to see what it sounds like, you can go to our socials page, !socials, to see that. But if you want to see it in motion, we do have to meet $175 for that before the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Run, which might be coming up next if we don't meet Bonanza. So chat, get on that. Both Bonanza and anatomically correct models can be got at the same time because Bonanza is a milestone. So chat, please, I'm begging you, while Alec is breezing through this game with so much speed, we need to get going on that.
All right. That's awesome of you, Turtle. I know you're a good guy. And I can tell you right now that he's good for it. So, right now what I'm going to be doing is hoping for good RNG. And right now I have good RNG. I'm going to get some hits here. I'm currently doing a non-major glitch to get a few extra hits there. Now I have bad luck. The non-major glitch is if you're gliding and holding glide while on one of those cycles, you will get a particular state where you fall very slowly like you saw there. Okay, this could have been worse, this could have been better. All right. But yeah, Knuckles can get hits on the boss during 2 of those cycles. As you can see during the storm one, I just had to kind of sit there. Fortunately, I had the slow floating down, but ideal positioning. I got bounced across the screen. Because you can actually go right inside the boss's hitbox and just kind of live there for a little bit and get like 5 hits, which is obviously very nice. Now we're into Flying Battery. I did not want to do that. I might have to transform into Super a little bit later, but that is okay. In fact, I'm going to drop down a little bit early here to get more rings.
What benefits does Super Knuckles give you?
So you run a lot faster and you climb faster, are the big things.
I like the sound of faster.
Yes. Unfortunately, unlike every single other character, Super Knuckles does not gain jump height. Okay. But I'm Super now.
And in true Super fashion, it drains your rings as you're transformed.
Doing a little bit of weird movement there because that's just how you get through that section optimally. And now I'm going to be on a later cycle than I would like to be here, but that's okay. Taking those hits lost me about 10 seconds. So it could have been worse. I'm going to get an early hit there. Wait a little bit. Get another hit there. Doing these kind of super glides into the boss is a little bit tricky sometimes, but really only the first two hits that you saw me get there are particularly difficult. Now I can just jump and get knocked into it. But yeah, every other character can just jump right up from the start and get hits on the boss because of the extra jump height from Super. Just one of the things you have to deal with if you're playing as the Knuckle.
The trade-off for playing as the best character.
Indeed. Nux gang.
If anybody watching wants to chime in what their favorite Sonic character is, gotta donate to tell us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Remember, we're still pushing for that Donkey Kong Bonanza run.
Do you mind a quick update on that, as a matter of fact?
Not at all. Go right ahead.
Absolutely. We have $25 here from Turned It, who says, I hope you'll reach your goal. Turtle is good for it. And, that's my mom. Thank you very much, Mom, for your generous donation to Little Warriors. Thank you so much. And everyone, that means we are only... Oh, how do I do math on stream? This is impossible. We are only $66 away from 3K? We're getting ever the more closer, chat. I know you can reach it, so keep on going.
I feel like next Prevent-A-Thon, they're gonna have to add a math test to the host interview.
Please, no.
And just like that, we're at the boss. Now, Tails and Ray can actually skip under the level for a bit to get to the boss even quicker, but they're the only characters that can do that. Ray also has another skip in Act 1 of Flying Battery. There we go. That boss is really easy when you have the acceleration from Super, as you can see.
I don't know if anybody plays Yu-Gi-Oh! My first thought when I saw that boss was that where you're just fighting Level Eater.
I'm not familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, but...
I assure you, that's a great reference if you did know Yu-Gi-Oh!
I don't doubt it. Ended up...
It's also a bug with a star on its back like that.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to skip... There we go. That's what I was trying to do. It can sometimes be tricky, but it does save a very small amount of time if you do it quickly, which I did not.
But if it's the cooler strat, it doesn't matter if you lost time doing it.
Not much. Not much, at least. Oh, come on. We're actually going to see one of the parts where Knuckles actually gets through a section fastest right here. Jump on this here, climb up. Whenever I get to that point, climb up.
Who needs jumping?
Not Knuckles. He can't jump. So here, I do need this boss to break some of those. Now I can make it over by him. Come on.
This did not look right to me that those saw blades didn't have hitboxes.
I mean, they do, but I'm super, so I'm invincible.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean, though. It's like, it just felt wrong that you were jumping through them, and it looks like they have no hitboxes. Obviously, that is the appeal of Super, but...
I don't care that I got hit there. That looks like a good glide height. Yes. It's a little low. Oh well. I wanted to glide ideally just a little bit higher. That's okay. The top route is faster as Knuckles and Ray, whereas every other character goes the bottom route there.
Also, I want to call out the music again. Just if you haven't heard the Sonic Mania soundtrack, T-Lopes did a phenomenal job with all of it.
Oh yeah.
It's a great game just to vibe to.
And here, when you're super, you can get an instantaneous hit, which allows you to get 3 hits each cycle. So that makes this boss, Heavy Shinobi, very trivial if you're super. Otherwise, it's one of the bosses where if you're trying to beat it quickly, you're more likely to die on than a lot of others. So being super is particularly nice against Heavy Shinobi there. And this is one of just the vibesiest tracks in the entire game right here.
Yeah.
Alec, I'm curious. Do you have a favorite stage out of all of the stages in this game, both the new and old ones?
Yes, so my favorite stage to speedrun is Metallic Madness 1. My favorite music is Lava Reef 2. And that goes for pretty much every character. As far as like a favorite stage, just in general, that's a little bit trickier. I'd have to think about that for a moment. Fell down there.
If anybody disagrees with those answers, you gotta donate to tell us what your favorite stage or your favorite music is.
I don't know, I feel like there's no way to disagree. There's no wrong answer, considering how amazing all the music and stages in this game are.
Well, yeah, it's just it's disagreeing on what's best, and that's
True,
all.
true. I played
There's
this game back when it came out, and I think my favorite was the one with all the trucks that you zipped in and out of. You already played it. I don't remember what it's called, but that one just felt so like unique and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
For music, I'm basic. I like Studiopolis.
It's a good track. It's a lot of people's favorites in the Sonic speedrunning community.
Like I said, it's a very basic answer, but there's a reason everybody likes it.
It's good. There isn't a bad track in the game. So I'm going a slightly different route than the most direct one here, because I do want to get a few more rings just to be super. And that's obviously not a problem, because there are a few very fast paths through this level if you know where you're going. So instead of getting here at like 5-6 seconds faster, I get here with 85 rings, still pretty darn fast.
We saw Metal Sonic for like half a second, now he's back.
Uh-huh.
And true
we
Stardust
only saw him
Speedway
for-
fashion.
We only saw him for half a second again because Alec is way too fast for this robot.
Because you can't have the Sonic CD level without a Metal Sonic race.
Where are you? Where are you? Get in the thing. That happens sometimes. So now this Silver Sonic from Sonic Chaos. Two out of 3, good luck. Okay. And now this boss, which can be very tricky, but will not be because I'm super. If you're sensing a theme about bosses, if Knuckles doesn't have to jump high to hit them, they get pretty easy. And the game doesn't want you there, so it kind of bounces you all around. I think a task might be able to hit the caps early with it, maybe, but I don't know. And I'm not sure how that would work.
Probably in a way that's not humanly viable.
Yeah, certainly not consistently. I'm gonna go this top route here.
If we really want people to donate, how do you pronounce this zone?
Hydro City. Just like T. Loeb said, hydrocity
He
is
did make
not a
an
word.
entire song about that.
Not a word.
Chat, if
Well, if
you
we
would
ha-
like to donate to get me to pronounce this stage however you would like, we are 65.94 away from 3K, and we're $67 away from the anatomically correct hedgehog. So, according to someone else's math, because I'm not good at that, if we have just 24 people in chat donate the minimum of $3 to get me to say whatever you want, then we would meet both of those right away. So, you know, anything you want me to say, so long as it's stream friendly, of course.
Everybody donates 3 and Knuckles dollars.
Jumping through like that is also allowed. Oh, and I have a kitty in my room. Hopefully he doesn't get up to any shenanigans.
Kitty the cat.
Yes, this is Morty, the cat. He is very cute.
As most cats are. Arguably all of them.
If I weren't actually actively playing the game, I would move my webcam to show him off, but...
Just know, Alec, that chat is loving your cat right now as well. Hi, kitty! Kitty cat!
Hopefully you were able to see him for a little bit there. Get that fixed. There. I lost a couple seconds to that, but I am okay with it.
I'm well spent.
Indeed. All right. Knuckles is a little bit slower in that section than every other character because of, again, lack of jump height. Now I'm going to turn super, and there are two ways to get past this section. One is to glide over and hit a path swapper right there. The other is to do a jump through the little chutes that you're on, which is a little bit trickier as Knuckles because it does require some jump height. So the glide works well. And I'm going to do a glide starting there instead of down at the end of that platform because Knuckles gains speed as he glides. So that allowed me to have a little bit more speed and safely and consistently make it over to the next section to hit a path swapper and get a minor skip. Hi, kitty. He's down by my feet now. Looking up at me like, what you doing? Who are you talking to?
Like, why are you talking to them and not petting me?
Yeah, exactly. I know, I'm being a bad cat owner right now. Oh, I wasn't down here long enough.
While you smash up this boss, is there a bit of time for me to remind everyone why we're here?
Go for it.
Absolutely, thank you. Prevent-A-Thon 6 is proud to be supporting Little Warriors, and there are many different ways that they help child sexual abuse survivors, like the Be Brave Bridge Intensive. The Be Brave Bridge Intensive is a comprehensive online program that connects specialized counselors and coaches with children, teens, and parents impacted by trauma who might not otherwise receive timely mental health support. These programs are designed to provide immediate mental health support to anyone affected by trauma. To learn more, go to littlewarriors.ca/bridge-online-programs or type !bridge in chat.
All right, this is a Knuckles exclusive stage, but okay, go ahead. Finish up.
I was just going to say, we have $11 left. Chat has been absolutely putting on the pressure, so everyone, just a tiny bit to go until we hit 3K. Keep it going.
All right, let's not get bounced down to the slow path by that guy this time, shall we? There we go. That's what I wanted to do last time. So you do want to take this upper path. It is noticeably faster than the lower one. Yes, hi, kitty. Oh, are you meowing at me? They probably can't hear you, but... He wants pets. I knew that was going to be there because the cycles are global. All right. And that's a bit of a skip there. It is possible without being super, but it is much easier if you are super.
This is a Knuckles exclusive stage. How tailor-made for him is it?
Pretty tailor-made, honestly. And it's nice because it replaces an auto-scroller.
That is nice.
There we go. I lost time there to getting hit up into a little thing in a ring box that I didn't want, but whatever. Hey, 3K, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. I am currently putting in the rest of that right now, so give me just a moment before we get... Well, you can continue to get hype for that, because yeah, that is $3K, $3,000 raised for Little Warriors throughout this event so far. So thank you everyone so much who got us through to that. You'll be seeing a little bit more going up to that number pretty soon.
I will just shout out Sonic the Fighters, because it had, that boss fight had Bark the Polar Bear, Bean the Dynamite, and Fang the Sniper in the background. Fang has shown up in other games, but Bark the Polar Bear and Bean the Dynamite are relegated to references. Unfortunate. I am a Sonic the Fighters enjoyer. There's not too many of those.
There are some. People have some pretty optimized speedruns of it.
Yeah, there are some, but not many. Especially now that it's been delisted.
Yeah, but Fang from Sonic Triple Trouble. I am an appreciator of Sonic Triple Trouble.
Yeah, Knack the Weasel.
Oh, that is, yeah.
Or Fang the Hunter if you played Superstars.
Yeah.
During this boss, is there time for me to shout out everyone who got us to that amazing 3K?
Yeah. Let me just say right here that I'm doing a really quick cycle skip on the boss. I'm getting 1 hit, then going through this shorter animation where they pop back out and then getting 2. And that just skips a cycle of this right here, which is longer. Now go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Closing us in towards that 3K, we had 50 Canadian dollars from James Swan that says, so close to DK Bonanza, I'm going bananas with excitement. And then we had 5 Canadian dollars from the G Groove, who says, it's pronounced Hotel Yankee Delta Romeo Oscar Charlie India Tango Yankee, which is technically correct.
It is.
The best kind of correct, in my opinion. And then finally, 12 Canadian dollars from Final Flame, which took us over the 3K mark. And in addition, also met the anatomically correct hedgehog incentive for the next Sonic run, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but that will be coming up after Donkey Kong Bonanza, our bonus game run. Because you called my bluff, chat, I threw in my $100 as well. We have $100 from Turtle Run 2412 saying, oh, Bonanza! Thank you all so much for your amazing generosity.
I had a
Thank
brain
you to
fart.
Turtle for your amazing generosity.
I had a brain fart there, so I should be super now. I'm not. Let's not get crushed by that thing, shall we? There. So now the invincibility music is going to play for the rest of the stage until I get to the boss. That's fine. Yeah, I was supposed to go up and get a big ring, but one of the things about running every character is you sometimes forget strats, even ones that all of them do.
Yeah, we call that a marathon brain. And by we, I mean I just start calling that as of right now.
Probably cost me about 15 seconds, but whatever.
Which character is your favorite, Alec?
The
speedrun specifically.
Ray.
Ray? Okay.
Ray has kind of like a Super Mario World cape-like flight, and has skips that other characters don't get. It's just really fun to play because there's a lot of like normal stuff, and then there's him just kind of flying through the stage, literally. And he can get really high speed without too much difficulty. Oh, come on.
Shout out to the AAA game from 2008 filter that we have going on here.
And yes, if you're wondering why I'm not losing rings right now, it's because there is a... I'm having to go a backup route here as well. There is a mechanic that I skipped the beginning trigger for at the start of the level. By positioning myself so that I didn't hit the little thing that gets rid of the fog. Now here, I don't want to die after the stage. It's particularly threatening with Knuckles because you can accidentally glide when you're trying to do jumps in the oil. And I'm going to be in the oil in a moment here. Finishing the boss. Alright. There we go. I played it safe. Made it through. Only have to fight the boss once. Okay. I have 2 rings here. I can still get the early super transformation if I get all these. And all but one of these. Looks like that's not going to happen. That's fine. I'll just transform down here. Hardly costs any time.
I don't think it's been mentioned, but it looks like in order to transform into Super, you need 50 rings to do so.
That's standard for all the Sonic games that have Super in them, at least. Oh.
Yeah, I imagine that just adds an extra form of routing, of actually having to get rings.
Yeah, it does. Because sometimes it's faster to get the rings and be super earlier, sometimes it's not. Although usually it is. I'm going through here, getting as many rings as I reasonably can as well. Because I want to be super for the entirety of the boss fight for this level. That just makes it safer. I wanted to spin dash there, but oh well. Yeah, I have plenty of rings. I usually do, unless I completely screw up.
Never hurts to be safe in a marathon.
No. But this boss, you lose armor each time you do that cycle, so I'm going to do another one. And then I'm going to get a couple hits and then finish it off on the cycle after that. It'll be nice and simple. Oh, Majima fighting the Sonic characters. That would be great.
I mean, it's all Sega.
It is.
So.
I'm gonna do a quick little cheeky climb up between that platform and the wall there. Just skip going around a little bit. I'm going to pick up this invincibility. This is going to get me through a section with some flames without being hit. That part is coming up right here. That way I get to keep my rings, and I will be getting a couple ring boxes in just a moment here. And that will get me super. It looked like I was about to go off the edge there like I wanted to. Apparently not.
It looked like you went over the edge and then somehow went back up on the ledge after falling.
Yep, there's a little bit of approximate positioning, like in a lot of games, and that can happen sometimes. Taking advantage of that, you can also sometimes clip. In fact, that's used a great deal in Sonic 3 and Knuckles runs, particularly for skips. But here, I'm going to go over here and get some safety rings, because this might take me more than one attempt. Oh, it will. That's annoying. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to do a skip that there we go. Will avoid me having to go long way around. That probably did still save a little bit of time in the end, because going around is slow like that. And now we're at Heavy King. Knuckles is the only one who fights Heavy King, and I love the intro to this. I just wish you didn't have rings ticking down throughout this whole section. Heavy King also has much longer periods of iframes for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. There we go. Nice and quick. And now we're on to Metallic Madness. This is my favorite level to speedrun, as every character except Mighty. Mighty, I prefer one of the stages where he gets to use his special ability to actually save time, Flying Battery 2, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. There's just a lot of tight little platforming here. I'm not getting a ton of rings, but that's okay. Now I'm going to glide over this section to be safe, because I do not want to get shunted to the low path there. Just barely making that cycle still, so that's good. And as some characters, it's much less important to become super early. Falling down there is not a big deal. In fact, it didn't really cost me any time. No, it might have cost me this cycle here. In fact, it probably did. But that's okay.
Oh, it turns into a 3DS game.
I haven't really played any of the 3DS Sonics. Well, I've seen Kirby Master play them plenty.
There's a lot of 2D games on the 3DS that do that background gimmick, and it looks really cool when you actually use the 3D.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kirby does it a lot in Triple Deluxe and Robobot.
Yeah, and we do have a nice quick moment while I am doing this boss, if you want to butt in, Turtle.
Sure, thank you very much. I'd just like to mention that Prevent-A-Thon has been running since June 2023, all in support of Little Warriors. And now that we've raised over $3,000, our grand total across all 6 marathons has exceeded $14,500. This community has just been so amazingly generous, and it just, I don't have words, it's just amazing. But speaking of previous Prevent-A-Thons, Prevent-A-Thon 4, their grand total was $3,183 Canadian dollars. So we are very close to that now that we've met the Bonanza incentive. There's still 3.5 more runs. This one's going to be over very, very shortly, though. So if we want to break that Prevent-A-Thon 4 incentive, which we absolutely can, chat, I believe in you, there's just $82 left on that. So get those donations in if you are able to continue to support Little Warriors as Tiny Knuckles. Oh, that's so cute. I just looked at the screen.
Yep.
Oh my god, he's so tiny.
Yep, and I easily made the cycle I want to make here, which is nice. There's some crunchers up here, but they are going to be out of the way. And this is the one place where the code does not work to change the prevent super music, because you are Tiny Knuckles, and that game state messes with it somehow. I guess I'll glide then.
Hey, we at least get to hear the super music once then.
Yeah. It's pretty good, but hearing it constantly is not ideal.
What I'm hearing is that Tiny Knuckles is more powerful than the code of the game itself.
I think you're hearing that correctly. So now we're playing Gotcha, but it's okay. The only one who loses here is Eggman. Wait for him to get down low enough for Knuckles to jump up. Quote-unquote jump. Yeah, now we're getting into Titanic Monarch. These are the last two stages of the game. The first one, this has the highest chance of me dying of any level in the game. Specifically, there's one portion where it's easy to get crushed, as any character but Tails. And it also has the most random boss. So we'll see how that boss treats me. It gave me
Go
good...
from the Gachapon boss to literal RNG.
Yes, that one that one technically does have RNG, but the RNG is so minuscule that it doesn't really matter. Whereas, particularly this boss can absolutely troll Knuckles. It gives up patterns more often than down patterns, and Knuckles can only get more than one hit with, like, essentially frame-perfect jumps, or... and that's only 2 hits, or with a down cycle. So, yeah. Fingers crossed, bless RNG, all that. I usually try to slow down a little bit more than that to let the camera catch up. I knew the spikes were going to come out there because of the timer. But that is through the crush section. That is where it is very easy to get crushed, unless you're Tails, who is shorter than all the other characters.
We just learned that small characters have the most power in the previous stage, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like an ant. Comparatively to their weight, they can lift so much more. And it's all down to, like, structural strength. Their muscle and other structures are much... I'm gonna concentrate here. Oh, nice. A down pattern immediately. I'm not going to enjoy running against this split.
Yeah, it just means you'll get that exact same pattern in future runs, right?
It is definitely a theoretical inevitability. I just hope it's on a good run. I wanted to go up top, but that's okay. Oh, come on. Now, in this category, I always go to this path first because there's a lightning shield, and it helps me easily passively gather rings. You also don't really gain much time in this particular one from being super. Right about here. Oh! That's annoying. But not the end of the world. Would I have liked to keep those 30 or so rings, however many it was? Yes, absolutely. Do I need them? No. And what I can do to help... No, I'm just gonna get through here and call it good. But I will transform a little bit later, just out of necessity. As you can see, I don't have 50 rings left yet. I will very soon. But a lot of these paths actually don't really have much time benefit from being super. This one, I'd save a little bit of time here for being a little bit faster, and that's about it.
Yeah, a lot of these sections look like you're at the mercy of the level gimmicks.
Uh-huh. But here I will transform. This is the one that benefits the most from the extra speed and super. Now, as Knuckles, I'm going to go over here and pay attention to where I am in the cycle there. It is very easy to get crushed there. All right. Now for the last path. This is the one that I'd take if I were doing a glitched category, because Knuckles can very easily glitch to the very end of the stage here. If you take the alternate path, which I will not be taking. All right, 3:15 is not what I'd call a great time to there, but it is what it is. I have more than enough rings. I didn't... Just not being super that whole time while I was accumulating the rings gave me an overabundance of them. We are coming up on time. That is going to be on the last hit. I will give you a bit of warning on that. I'm going to get 5 hits, 5 hits, 4 hits after a little intermediary section. And then 2. All right. Huh. Why did I get 5 hits there? Anyway, get ready on time. And... time.
GG's.
Thank you. I got a 101.22.62 on my splits here, which I had up. That is a solid time. I was really hoping to get sub 1 hour, but it is very possible. Biggest time loss, obviously, it was messing up the special stage. Then there were a few things in there where I missed like 20 seconds, 10, 15 seconds here and there as well. So I will be coming back to this, but I'm actually best practiced as Ray right now because I really wanted to be able to show off that run if that's what the selection ended up being. So I'm going to be going to Ray runs this week. If you want to follow me, I do plan on actually streaming for once. It's going to be my Twitch at AlekK47. Otherwise, I'm on Bluesky, AlekK47 there as well. And let's see what our time for the in-game timer is. Yeah, I'd expect a sub-hour time to be more like 46 to 48 minutes. So, yeah. I'm ready for Donkey Kong Bonanza, though. Are you?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so very much, Alec, for that just fantastic run of Sonic Mania. Putting in the work to get us Donkey Kong Bonanza, jumping in early, and doing a phenomenal job getting chat hype for 3K and Bonanza. Everyone, I'm just floored. Thank you, Alec. Thank you, Sam. You are both amazing. And chat. We're getting it set up. We're getting it ready. Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be coming up soon. So stay tuned as we take a brief break, stand up, stretch, hydrate, and we'll be back with that bonus game very, very soon.